Dear celebrity elites, when I use the term celebrity in this video, I'm referring to the individuals who are famous for an actual talent. Actors of films and TV shows, directors, musicians, presenters, and hosts. So in short, if they've ever appeared on Celebrity Big Brother, I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, or pretty much anything else with the word celebrity in the title, I don't mean them. If you need a 5-minute introduction to remind the general public who the hell you are, then you're not a celebrity. However, take heed anyway. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for the joy you bring to the world, through the medium of the aforementioned TV shows, movies, etc. Even all the music that's not my own personal taste, that millions of other people around the world have enjoyed over the years. The millions of dollars that you make each year is a testament to your talent, proving that you're among the best at what you do. It's also a product of capitalism and the free market. The annual awards ceremonies and the highly coveted awards you receive is further proof of how much better you are at your job than the average Joe. So congratulations on making it. You get to live comfortable lives doing a job you love. And even if your profession ever becomes too much of a burden to yourself, or if that magic goes away one day, you're all in a very good position to simply stop and retire without ever having to worry about where your next meal is coming from. Look at you! However, you do need to remember one thing. Just because you're good at your chosen profession, be that pretending to be someone else for a while or hold specific notes with your voice, that doesn't make you more intelligent than anyone else. It doesn't make you a better person than anyone else either. Of course it's fine to have your own opinions on certain matters, and here in the West you're free to voice that opinion. But a lot of what you're doing is going far beyond voicing your opinion. You're using your elevated status to preach to the rest of us that we haven't got a fucking clue what's going on in the world around us. Not only that, but you use your higher platforms and longer reach to mock and bully people who simply didn't vote the way you wanted them to. Ever since Donald Trump came out as a serious contender to the presidency, all the news networks were saying the same thing. This is the most divisive election in American history. Donald Trump has split this country in half. But Trump isn't the problem. You are. The exact same happened with Brexit last year. Every time you all appear in these pro-Hillary's BuzzFeed-style videos, telling the world that Trump is all about hate, and by that extension, so are all his supporters, you're creating the problem. By now, you're probably presuming I'm a Trump supporter. Well, that's neither here nor there, since I'm a British citizen. I'm more left-leaning than anything else. But I do recognise the obvious problems with the left at present. And I do remember how right-wingers in America reacted 8 years ago after Obama was elected, where racists would burn effigies of him with familiar-sounding slogans of "Not my president." Back then, these morons were labelled as just that, right-wing extremists with outdated views, showing the world what absolute fucking lunatics they are, regardless of the fact that the American people had spoken and chosen Obama as their president. That's how democracy works. Fast forward 8 years, and I see the same thing happening. But the major difference is that all these actors, musicians and singers are pretty much encouraging people to act like fucking idiots. They're part of creating this self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's not going the way they want. Every day the rhetoric continues that Donald Trump is literally Hitler, and at any moment now he's going to create an army of jackbooted stormtroopers to go out and arrest anyone who isn't a straight white Christian cis male, and send them to concentration camps. How often can a feeble mind continuously hear shit like that without snapping and acting upon it, by finding the nearest person they think might have voted for Trump and beating the shit out of them because of it? Because it's happening. Every fucking day. All the fake news about emboldened racist Trump supporters stealing hijabs and painting swastikas all over the place simply isn't happening. Here's an article on Forbes. The stories tend to sound the same. Swastikas in school bathrooms. Gangs of white men in Make America Great Again shirts harassing women in hijabs. Racist sticky notes. Emboldened young supporters of President-elect Donald Trump, we are told, have taken his triumph and turned it into an opportunity to harass, humiliate and even assault people at schools and colleges around the US. The problem is finding examples of pro-Trump activists wreaking havoc on schools and campuses that hold up to scrutiny. In fact, it's much easier to find examples of violence against students who have openly backed Trump. There are more than a few stories of kids being pummeled for disagreeing with the losing side. We did see anti-Trump protests by colleges and high school students around the country that turned violence in cities such as Portland, Oregon, as agitators joined the group. Who didn't hear angry students clearly shouting "fuck Trump" in news footage from post-election rallies? Since the election, a female student at North Park University in Chicago, who claimed someone posted an anti-gay pro-Trump notice on a door and sent her abusive emails, turned out to be making it all up. The alleged hate crimes were a countrywide epidemic. On November the 15th, a week later, the university president said she fabricated the whole thing and is no longer a student there. But the thing is, for every article that exposes these fake reports, there are hundreds of these made-up stories that are then shared and retweeted by the Hollywood elite and then seen by their followers and thought to be gospel. So what happens? You get thugs kidnapping and torturing a special needs kid. You get old homeless women being beaten up by Hillary Clinton supporters. You get mothers abusing their sons because they voted for Trump in a mock election at their fucking school. There's even the story of the Mississippi church that was torched and had "Vote Trump" graffitied on the side of it. That was reported as a racially motivated hate crime, right up until the perpetrator was arrested and discovered to be a black man who was also a member of that church congregation. There are many more crimes that have been faked to look like racially motivated attacks, and more attacks on Trump supporters than there have been actually racially motivated crimes upon minorities lately. So the next time a bunch of you Hollywood elites decide to tell half of the country what terrible people they are, stop. Think about where you live. You're not on minimum wage, living in the rough part of town. You will never have to worry about gangs of immigrants raping your daughters. You will never have to worry about Black Lives Matter activists torching your shops and businesses. You will never have to worry about being randomly mugged. You will never have to worry about your house being burgled. Why? Because you live your life in safe bubbles in places like Beverly Hills, far away from real people struggle to make ends meet on a day-to-day basis. You live in areas where people that look like this are stopped and searched if they come within a mile of where you live, and you know damn well why. So for fuck's sake, stop being hypocritical, virtue-signalling whiny crybabies. Stop adding to the hate and fear with your bullshit rhetoric. You might be good at acting and singing, but you clearly know nothing about politics and its effect on the real world, so please, shut the fuck up. The people voted the way they did because they're tired of being told what horrible racists they are, and now they're tired of your shit. Remember, the people who pay tickets to see your movies and concerts put you where you are in the first place. They can easily stop. And I for one can't wait to see a video show up in my newsfeed one day titled "Why Meryl Streep Can't Get Another Acting Job in the Near Future."